And welcome back to another iOS development tutorial. In this tutorial we're actually going to work on our tab icon for the tab bar icon, for the loan and the investment. So let's dive in. As always, I'm going to use my favorite image manipulation software, GIMP. You can use whatever you prefer, and I'm going to launch that up. Again, I'm going to go File, New, and the tab bar icon is supposed to be 60 by 60 for the Retina and 30 by 30 for the normal iPhone screen. So we always start with our Retina, so I'm going to go 60, 60, and this time I'm going to drop down these advanced items here, and I'm going to fill with transparency. Now, the thing to note about tab bar icons is they only show the outline, right? They don't have any color, they just show the outline. They don't have any texture or color. So just remember that when you're creating your own. So I'm going to expand this out here, and I'm going to zoom in just so I can get more editing space here. And I'm going to go to the text editor. I'm going to put a $sign in the middle there, and I'm going to expand this out and move it about. It's a little bit too big for my liking, so unfortunately, but it was pretty close. Alright, that should be it. So I'm gonna move it just in the center here, and we'll save that. Now, when you're working with the Retina display, there's a special format that you have to save all your images in, and I don't know what I'm doing there, iBank, and I'm gonna do that now. So when you're saving your image, you just have to tack on this special thing to tell Xcode that it's Retina. And we've already done it here. You can see that it's at 2 times, and that basically represents that it's for the Retina display. This is the normal one, and that's for the Retina display. So that's why it has appended that at 2 times. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to call it loan. Oh, loan. Okay, loan tab bar tab icon. That will do. And at again 2 times. And by extension, scroll down to PNG, and we're going to save that one. Measure layer, normal settings, save. And we're going to do the same for the iPhone display, the normal one. And we'll scale that down, file, save as, and we'll get rid of that at 2 times. We'll go down here, select that image and save it. Export, default settings, and save. Alright, so let's import those images we just made into Xcode. So I'll bring up Xcode here. I'm gonna open up the pictures iBank directory where I saved them, and I'm gonna select both these images, both the Retina and the normal image, and I'm gonna drag it across here and add it to the project file. Now you're going to be prompted with this. Make sure you just tick this copy items into destination group folder. You need to do that. Make sure you do that. That just keeps your project all together in one folder. You don't want it all over your computer, right? So that's why we are doing that. And it'll add those images in, so you can preview them there. See? So in order to use them with your views, all you have to do is select this, and I think it's already added it for me. So you select the icon image for that view controller, and then you scroll down, you select the image you want. So it is lone tab icon, and you can see it adds it in there nicely. That's pretty good. Now let's go in and create our investment icon. This one's going to be a little bit harder, right? I'm going to make this 60 by 60 again, and I'm going to make sure that it is transparent background, and I'll move this over here. I'll zoom in, and what I'll do is I'm going to select the pencil icon. I'm going to move this scale down just a little tad. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Alright, that should do. And what you want to do is you just want to click and you want to hold down tab, and this will just make it a straight line for us. So I'm going to go about there. Right? I know that's not perfect, however, it will do for the moment. You can work on it more if you want to. Let's go and have a look about how it looks. So I'm gonna zoom out, and at 100%, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, really, it really doesn't look that bad for a 2-second image. So I'm gonna go File, Save As, and I'm going to save it as the investment tab icon, and again at 2x.png, and I'll select that PNG format and save it. I'll save it as default settings, and I'll resize it back to 30. Scale it down, File, Save As, and we'll get rid of that 2x there, and save it. Alright, so we've got our images. Again, we're going to import it into our project. So I'm going to select them here, and I'm going to drag them over just to add them. It's going to prompt me again. Make sure you have that checkbox ticked, and I'll click finish, and we can see a preview of both of those there. So that's pretty cool. Now let's add them to our project. So I'm going to go down to the investment view controller here and select that icon. We're going to select the tab bar icon for that view controller and go over to the attributes inspector, and we're going to select our icon that we made, which is this one. It looks okay, you know, it doesn't look great, doesn't look professional, but again, this is not going to go on the App Store, so it doesn't really matter. And let's go ahead and run it. So it says iBank, our launch image, and we get our 2 app icons. And they look pretty good, better than it was. So that's how you make tab bar icons in 10 minutes for your application, and that's how it all works. We've polished our app, we've made our app icon, as you can see here, and we've made our launch image. We created functionality for our application, so everything's cool with our application. So I'll see you in the next tutorial. I don't know what I'll talk about, but I'll see you then.